Can anyone tell me why it's not newsworthy to report that Michael Chertoff, the current head of America's Homeland Security, has close ties to a man named Magdu Elmer? And this is a man described by U.S. Representative Ben Gilman of New York, a member of the International Relations Committee of the House of Representatives, as, quote, having had close financial ties with bin Laden for years. And that was from the August 2nd, 2002 NBC Dateline program, if anybody thinks I'm making this up. How can it not be news that this extreme Zionist, Michael Chertoff, the man appointed as head of America's Homeland Security, has ties with a man who is suspected of financing 9/11? Chertoff, as U.S. Attorney in Newark, knew that Elmer was the chief contributor, financier of the mosque, the same mosque where the first WTC bombing attack in 1993 was planned. He had to know because he was U.S. Attorney there, and they're in charge of those kinds of investigations. It was in his district. In spite of that fact, Chertoff became Elmer's attorney, even though he had to know about Elmer's suspected connection with the bombing, and even after he knew that Elmer and his brother were at the center of a successful BATF terrorist sting operation. The terrorist sting operation was called Operation Diamondback, and Elmer and his brother were at the center of it, and that was an investigation dealing with buying terrorist weapons from Pakistan. Now, when Chertoff was appointed the head of the Justice Department Criminal Division and Terrorism Task Force, he quietly squashed a planned terrorism indictment of his client, former client, Magdu Elmer. Now, in spite of this amazing link of Chertoff's to 9/11, Chertoff became head of Homeland Security without nary a word in our controlled press of his ties to the suspected financier of the 9/11 attacks, Magdu Elmer. Now, if that's not news, that the head of Homeland Security has close ties to the man suspected of financing 9/11, pray tell me somebody what is. Now, this is the same man also, Michael Chertoff, who freed the huge Israeli spy ring captured in the wake of 9/11. On this day after the anniversary of 9/11, I think you might want to contemplate this amazing fact and also notice that necessarily everything you read in our controlled media is not necessarily newsworthy. And they leave out a lot of facts and a lot of important things that we should know. What a strange and crazy world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. A man who has close ties to the suspected financier of 9/11 has become our head of Homeland Security, and the American people don't even know this fascinating and amazing fact.